Hi folks, Rob from EdgeBit here. As you know, in software development, we're never done with our software. We're constantly committing changes, raising pull requests, and the EdgeBit platform natively supports this through what we call a component. And this is really a visualization of a stream of changes over time to your software. And you can see this in the vulnerability trend here. You can see that we made some changes here on July 27th that dramatically improved our security posture. But no software remains that way for long. And so actually today, on August 1st, there were a number of new vulnerabilities discovered by security researchers. Even though I haven't changed my software, our risk score has changed. Now down here you can see the visualization of that stream of SBOMs. Here I've got my SBOM ID and then the workload that it's matched up to. And here you can see this is our latest tag, and so this came off of our main branch and it's running twice. Now we've got an older build that's identified here, and that's running on one workload. Now this was unexpected to me. This is where an audit of all your active workloads is useful. I could go investigate, hey, where is this running? This shouldn't actually be running anymore, because your risk score is actually the union of all the vulnerabilities inside of both of these SBOMs. Now, if you had 900 versions of this running, your risk score, if those are wildly different, means that you have the union of tons of vulnerability risk there. And so you want to keep this to a minimum, but you also just want to understand what it is. So EdgeBit and a component helps you do that. We jump over to the vulnerability tab here. You can see that we've actually suppressed a number of vulnerabilities. So 94% of them have been removed from my need to go manually investigate these for a variety of reasons. The first is just by a threshold, so a lot of these are negligible. There's an exponential increase in the number of CVEs reported, and a lot of those don't even really kind of break the barrier for something that you should care about, and so we can suppress those. And then another set of them has actually been suppressed for being dormant. This means this code is not actually running, and so the minutes that it takes to triage each one of these is now saved. So approximately 15 hours, if you look at the average stats for remediating a vulnerability, were saved by kind of lowering the severity of these 19 vulnerabilities. And you can see this in the open list here. We've got a number of mediums, but no highs and criticals because we've taken care of them, or they've been suppressed for not being able to run. And you can scroll on down here and you can see that this libxml2 vulnerability, for example, was dropped 2 levels because it's dormant. And so this null pointer issue here is not relevant to us because this code is not actually loaded. Now, we're watching in real time, so if the Linux kernel on any of your machines that are attached to this component spot this being loaded, then boom, this is going to shoot back up, and now it's at the top of your prioritization list. And you can also see that we've resolved a number of issues over time, and so some things that were spotted in June have been fixed. This is a critical vulnerability in curl, for example. And so this all happens automatically once we see these no longer present. We resolve them and are tracking an SLA. We don't currently have that set up here. And so this is a really rich platform for being able to understand your risk over time, both as an individual software developer and a security engineer. And so you can imagine how having this set up for every single component that you're running, tracking those workloads all the way through to production and getting a really accurate real-time risk score is super game-changing for running a successful vulnerability management program. And again, we try to suppress everything as much as we can so that you're looking at just the things that really matter to you in your day-to-day life, and you can get back to building features, shipping code, and making your customers happy. That's a quick overview of EdgeBit components. Please reach out at edgebit.io, and we would love to chat with you more.